Hey everybody, it's your boy Edwardo Jackson, CEO, founder, creator of the Cinema Draft game and CD3D. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to the first AMA Wednesday of 2023 and for quite some time. I'm sure this is most likely going to be a fairly, let's say, underwhelming update, but an update nonetheless. I'm here to share with you what little news we do have about the project and what I've been up to in the time since we last spoke. One thing I have done is I've applied to about a dozen different or various staking sites, and no one is doing staking, or at least no one is getting back to me. I'm looking for a home for you all to earn more free CD3D, and no takers. What's up with that? So that's pretty disappointing. And sorry to relay that to you. I will still keep searching, but most likely what will have to happen is we will have to finish our work on CD3D decks and to create staking on our platform first before we're able to do staking on anyone else's. Because right now there does not seem to be an affordable option nor a self-service option available. I have sent in about somewhere just under 10 or 12 applications for different staking sites, and no one's gotten back to me. I'm not sure if the bear market has killed off this thing, but it seems like a kind of easy, simple proposition to be able to do. Dodo Exchange, for whatever reason, has stopped doing it. So I don't know. That's unfortunate. But anyways, we're not here to complain. We're here to update. The thing that people care most about, of course, is the token price. Right now we are, let me refresh to make sure we have the latest info. So still nowhere where we want to be. Just under 306 cents. What's that? That's like that's 1 cent, a tenth of a cent. So I guess just under 600ths of a cent, which is not optimal. But once again, no real utility yet for the token, and I am still hard at work trying to get added investment into the project. So that's neither here nor there. But just know that we haven't abandoned it. We just do not have the resources to finish it out, but we are working literally night and day. It's 2 a.m. Pacific time, GMT -8 where I'm at. So I'm literally working day and night to try to get more resources in and to finish out the project. What moves have been made? Well, actually for that, let's check out our blog, our Medium blog. And usually under, was it frequently asked questions? And then, so only real difference that's been, and thank you also to the holder, the community member who pointed out to me that our site was down. And I'm still having some issues too. It wasn't coming up as private for a while. It's now coming up as private. HTTPS wasn't working. And it's still a little wonky. It's pointing to the wrong page. I'm working on getting it pointed to the right page. Like this is still Cinema Draft, but it's an older version of the page, right? But if you see the site go down temporarily for an hour or so and then come back, nothing to worry about here. It's just me trying to make sure that it's pointing in the right direction. If I knew how to code and do all this web stuff myself, this would have been long done a while ago, but I don't. So just bear with us. But so right now, it's back up to private status, thank goodness. But we're working on making sure it's pointing to the right page. Let's see. Oh, so the one update I can give you is that we do have an update on our proof of lock report. So this would be under liquidity, right? So So we burned through all of these previous locks before. So this one right here, we just finished. Was it 90 days? 33% every. So just about 500,000 every 30 days. So this one right here, I believe, should be done soon. Did I do this right? Hold on. BSC scan. So here's the pink sale lock, and it should be empty, I believe. I think it's been done. Yeah, total value's locked, 0, nothing's in it. We started it out on October 20th, and it ended. Okay, that's right. So it ended on December 19th. And so yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, we did have activity. I did remove the remaining 500,000 CD3D from that into our liquidity wallet. And actually, I've taken, especially with the spate of hacks and stuff recently, I've taken the extra step of creating secondary, even colder storage wallets for most of our main holdings. So I'll most likely be moving the liquidity from the hot wallet to the cold wallet. Actually, you know what? I'll do that tonight as soon as I'm done with you guys. Better be safe than sorry. And so now we are waiting on this lock to start. So that ends the 90-day trial of testing out Pink Sale's excellent lock feature. The Pink lock has been excellent. It's super cheap. I think it's like at cost, like whatever the transaction fee is, no additional costs. Works real smooth. And so we set this up as a trial to get this first 1.5 million out the door. And then after that, every 30 days now for the next, I guess, 3 years, 500,000 will unlock every 30 days. So this is what that looks like. Check this out. So the next unlock is, as you can see here, is in 14 days. As you can see, 12.5 million have been locked. And so of this, 4% breaks down to 500,000 every 30 days will be unlocked. And let's see, here's the vesting info. So, and this shows you right here. so this bad boy is going to go until, January 7th of 2025. So next 2 years, just as designed. So yeah, and so the plans for this in the meantime, like I said, we'll kind of stockpile it until we are ready to launch CD3D DEX, and then we'll have a great big staking party, and then every 30 days after that, we'll decide, we'll either add more staking or do what we can to add a little bit more liquidity, or basically we'll add more liquidity through staking. So that'll incentivize people to stake their tokens, maintain the value of the token when they're not using it. Because, like I said, it's going to have a lot of utility once the game is out, once CD3D DEX is up and running, and once we have some things we've been planning for a long time that we're able to finally work on, like star cards and celebrity NFTs and things like that. So we're going to have a lot of utility for you in 2023. You just got to hang in there with me. All right. Let's see. And I don't think do we have anyone in our chat? I don't think we do. Nope, just me. Okay, cool. Actually, you know what? I'll send out invite one. Let's see. CD3D news. And we had some impersonators going around, so be careful out there. I mean, as they say, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, I suppose. But, fine. I will send out some invites. There we go. In case any of you want to join me while I finish this up. And I thought I sent the invite out to C3 News as well. All right. Anyways. So every 30 days, like clockwork, 500,000 will be released. And once we have CD3D decks up and running, we will be adding more. We'll use liquidity tokens to add more liquidity to the overall community through staking, which will incentivize people to hold their CD3D when they're not using their CD3D. Better than a savings account. Although I will admit, now that the world is inflation busting, we might have some catch up to do. The world's really in catch up mode. All right. So where does soundtrack go? Okay, there we go. So let's see. What else can I update you guys on that's of interest? Let's see. Anything else that's coming up? Oh, okay. So it looks like on the 11th, our community jackpot fund tokens, we're going to have to push for another, this time. So this one is going to be another 90-day period. I'm going to push for, well, I should know more in about a week, maybe. So it might be another 90 days, but most likely I'll do it for another 120 days. That'll be 4 months time until we can get this community jackpot thing rolling. Maybe even 6 months, just to give us some headway to get gameplay up on DraftStream, which I promise you, DraftStream is a thing that exists. It's just not fully functional. We're about 85% of the way there, just like CD3D decks. This is DraftStream as it looks right now. No contest running, no call sheets up. If you ever wanted to see, and then you click on some stuff, some things just don't work or are in very much beta mode. If you ever wanted to see, some of what this stuff looked like, you can always go to our YouTube channel, accessible from cinemadraft.co. And you can check out one of our playlists. We have a lot of stuff to show you guys, like the DraftStream dev notes. That's unlisted. You're not going to see those. But C through C. I've got a few playlists here. DraftStream DraftStream playlist. It's 136 videos which shows you a lot of the alpha tests that we ran about a year ago, 2 years ago in some cases, where we worked up the game mechanics, really got into the nuts and bolts of strategy. Those will all return. Once we are back on track, this is when we're back on track and we'll be getting close to launching something, is when we'll be, running testing and I'll be having the Cinema Draft podcast back on the air. Used to host those Tuesday nights, post them Wednesday mornings, where I'd have a guest, usually a friend of mine. Shout out to G Nice and Working Black Writer, our boy, the WBW, Kevin A. Garnett over there in Hollywood, and people like that. I'd have a guest, and then also I would break down the strategy of the upcoming week, and then also I'd give updates, I think, on a Saturday, kind of. I would usually do a post lock strategy session, do a mini update, I think, on Saturday, and then Monday I do a wrap up of the game results plus a look at the talent pool for the week ahead. So I look forward to coming back to that kind of regularity sometime within the next 3 to 4 months or so, providing we get this funding, which I am working on. But so if you want to check out what this looks like, a ton of videos out there on how the DraftStream game works, and then also at even more, 178 videos on the Cinema Draft podcast. This was like the weekly podcast we were running, and then also earlier, several years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, when we had the working beta tests of the movie game. And this was the one based on box office returns, where, Avatar made 64.3 million over a weekend or whatever, and how that translates. That's the original game. We're doing draft stream first because we pivoted during the pandemic due to theaters being closed. But we anticipate that within 6 to 8 months of draft stream up and running, we should have the movie version of the game running as well for North American box office. And then probably within another 3 to 6 months after that, we'll expand it to go nationwide or global box office, and then by region, et cetera, et cetera. So we got a lot of plans. There's a lot of future utility coming for CD3D and your tokens. So hang in there, y'all. Hang in there is my best advice. And let's see. What else can I share with you all? Other than that, just a lot of my tweeting what I've been watching at the movies for the most part. We've been seeing some interesting stuff. Y'all, please do not. Is this? Oh, that's not me. Okay. So this is a movie I watched, I think, Christmas, New Year's Day, Oblivion, White Noise, the new very weird genre smashing movie from Noah Baumbach. Came out on Netflix on, I think, the week of Christmas. Oh, and thank you so much to Kennedy, totally unsolicited, just created this out of love for the community. I appreciate you, Kennedy. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. Very beautiful. I shared it a few times. And just a lot of what I've been watching. It's not exactly premium content, but just reminding you all that we are a movie-loving, content-loving company first and foremost. We're a game company geared towards the movies and entertainment, and I ingest a lot of entertainment. So these are just the movies I've watched. I watch a ton more TV too, which I don't really post much about. But if you see my @swagpoker Twitter account tweeting on Monday or Sunday nights or Monday nights, I love me some Yellowstone. Yellowstone and the Taylor Sheridan verse are very, very high on my list of things to do every week. Tulsa King, shout out to Tulsa King, all that stuff. Avatar, The Way of Water, saw that twice. Good stuff. So, like I said, this was bound to be a very unfulfilling update, but it's an update nonetheless. Our price is somewhat static. Oh, and actually, let's look at our price in comparison to the market. That's always a thing. Because when BNB is up, that's our primary trading pair, we tend to be up. And as you can see, BNB is up about 3%. And then, I guess, what is it? The Poo Coin. What a site. Poo Coin. Yeah, so Poo Coin has up at just over, 0.0006. So not a lot of activity yet, but like I said, utility's coming. Utility and investments coming. Just hang in there. I am working on it for you all. All right. And so it looks like no one has joined us tonight, which is fine. I didn't really make too much of an announcement about this. I did put up about maybe a day ago that I would be casting or streaming tonight. So hopefully this update will do it for you. I know, like I said, it's not as satisfying as some would like, but I am still in the trenches trying to find a staking, although that seems to be a losing battle. Definitely trying to get some more funding so we can finish out developing CD3D decks and draft stream. Most likely CD3D decks will probably be the first one done because we have a lot of the infrastructure in place behind the scenes. We just have to finish up a lot of final touches and then do some testing and making sure that everything is nice and secure for you all. So all I can say is I'm appreciative. I have an English degree, everyone. I am appreciative and grateful for you all. For those of you, 2,600 hodlers strong, you guys have been amazing. I mean, I know there's been a lot to be concerned about during this bear market. A lot of projects have gone either belly up or been outright frauds, SBF, where we've never been that. We've always been transparent. I've always tried to be as honest with the community as I can be, given my position, and also just let you know that we haven't gone anywhere. We haven't gone anywhere. We're not dumping the token. We're not doing anything nefarious. We are trying to finish at what we started, build on what we started, create more value and utility, and let you guys play this game. It is a fun game. If you guys have ever seen any of the strategy pods, like for example, the strategy pods, that's this weekend review. This is back when 5 years ago. We've been at this that long. When we had the strategy pods from the MVP beta version of the movie game, and we had our player pool about 250, 300 people strong. I mean, it was a lot of fun to play. It's a fun game to play, and even with the alpha test with DraftStream, it's a lot of fun to play. There's a lot of strategy involved. I like to call it kind of like the DraftKings of Hollywood. Not only do you have to know kind of what everyone's talking about as when it comes to what's being released on platform like, say, Glass Onion, a Knives Out Mystery, you also have to try to anticipate what the audience is going to think. And because our scores are weighted 60-40 in persuasion of the audience, you have to kind of, the audience is a fickle creature. You'll have something like a Beyonce's Black is King on Disney Plus, where a beautifully done visual album. I loved it. It's a great entertainment and a visual masterpiece, and the songs are banging, and it doesn't score as high because it gets voted down by a bunch of racists who confuse a title like Black is King, making it think that somehow white is inferior or whatever, which is not at all what she's talking about. So it's or maybe get something like was it Ginny and Georgia and Ginny, that show on Netflix that came out a couple years ago, and because there's one throwaway line against Taylor Swift, the Tay-Tay's army came out in force when I think Taylor Swift just, tweeted once about it and just crushed it in the IMDb user rating. So all that stuff comes into play when you're dealing with the DraftStream game, and I wouldn't have worked on it for this long and this hard if I didn't believe in it. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. So just hang in there a little bit longer, and let's be real. What else are y'all going to do? I mean, you can't get anything for your tokens if you sell it right now. There's going to be a lot more value utility once we get our game and decks up and running. It's a bear market. You can't lose what you don't have. So just hold on. That's what I'm doing. I'm holding on, and we're going to work through it together. All right. So thanks everyone for your time. For those of you who are watching later, which is everyone, thanks so much for continuing to support Cinema Draft and CD3D. I'm Edwardo Jackson, CEO, founder, creator of Cinema Draft and CD3D. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Holla at your boy.